Martin Dreher, and before I start this presentation I wanted to at least welcome you with a live picture here from my office at the DFTA Technology Centre located at the Stuttgart Media University in Germany. Have fun with this presentation, take home a lot of food for thought, and if you have annotations or questions, please don't hesitate to get back to me. You will see my email addresses in at least 2 places in the following presentation. This is my presentation about trends and novelties in flexography and packaging printing at large, updated in August 21 for you. My name is Martin Dreher, and here you can see my 2 positions at the DFTA and at the Stuttgart Media University, together with my email addresses. In case you have questions or annotations, please don't hesitate to use them. The DFTA Technology Centre is a little packaging printing institute specialized on the printing itself, but also now for a while capable of consulting with other aspects of packaging rather than printing alone. Of course, we come from flexography, and we do exercise and execute flexography still on our own press, as you can see here, which is rented to customers for press trials, and we also do training courses for everybody who's interested in flexography or in packaging printing at large, and the training courses go all the way down from flexo printing to its pre-press and what everything that matters to the print quality and the technology and sustainability and so forth. So let me briefly start my presentation here with a little mission statement, just meant to make sure that I'm not misunderstood here. This is perhaps not a fully objective presentation. This represents or reflects my point of view. I have tried, however, to make this an objective statement, and all the statements given in the presentation I try to do as neutral as possible. You know, nobody is perfectly objective, but I have tried my very best. And whenever you find these symbols, they would show you the strength of this trend, if this is a trend, of course, in a rising order here. And if you find this as a bullet used in front of a text paragraph here, this is just for highlighting, but if you find this DFTA bullet on the upper right hand corner here, then this is a DFTA service or product or initiative or so forth. So let me structure this into 2 big pieces. The first one here is the technical perspective, and later on we'll look at the market and world perspective. Now let's start quickly with the technical perspective, triggered and guided by Flexo, of course, and this sketched Flexo print deck is my agenda, so to speak, showing you which aspects I have taken up here for an update about trends. One of which is, of course, the automation of printing presses and everything that lends itself to automation, pre-press as well, but here I've taken up the presses themselves, and they will gradually get more and more features which we would call and put into the realm of Internet of Things, to be triggered and controlled from everywhere around the world. If you have the respective access privileges, then you can actually sometimes in the future hope to run your press, so to speak, from remote. This is a bit of future speak, of course. Let me get back down to earth a little bit. The press manufacturers, to start with, have had good sales, as we hear, even without the real drupa. However, their biggest concern, not only theirs but their customers, is to keep down press downtimes, or to minimize them, because it is still the case that with the smaller print length to be printed, such presses, which do represent quite some investment, they are static more than they are running sometimes. If you have a particular job structure, then your downtimes could be really critical if you're a user of such presses. In between, we've also seen presses which were advertised at least, and presumably really configured such that they were meant particularly for fixed color palette printing, which is a big discussion item to be mentioned a little later as well here. And now that we speak about press downtime, one of the factors that limits the press uptime is also is of course make ready, yes, but another one to be tackled here is the press approvals, where the customer comes in for the first time of the job to be printed, and and judges the job on press, manipulating here and there, criticizing here and there, and after hours sometimes you can only start the press or not at all, and that is also of course a factor of I would say unnecessary cost, and this is tackled by us with a little guideline book. Well, little, it has gotten 100 pages, or even more so with a new one-day on-press training course, where we bring together the printers, the pressmen, and of course the print buyers on the other hand, because these two parties need to be aligned with one another in order to expect the right things, in order to criticize the right things on press, and not to lose too much time fiddling around with aspects that would not be visible at all, which as we hear is sometimes the case when the customer comes on press. And an initiative we have started a while ago is a standardization, and that goes along with the printing presses, of course, of the air mandrels and the sleeve systems, including their air holes, air pressures, and so forth, because there is a need in the market to standardize this, to harmonize this, and there is no competitive edge in this if you're not standardized. Therefore, we can tackle this full steam, and we do so. Of course, printing presses are not only in the CI range, but also in the corrugated PostPrint realm to be mentioned here, or again